Have you ever wished for a Hogwarts letter to take you to a place full of magic? The universe of Harry Potter, with its spells, potions, and magical beasts, seems like the ultimate escape from our boring Muggle existence. It's a place where problems can be solved with a simple Accio or Alhamora, and adventures lie around every corner. But before you start practicing your spells and packing your bags for a one-way trip to platform 9¾ let's pause for a reality check. What if I told you that the grass might not be greener on the other side of that magical brick wall? This is Polina GIF, and today I'm gonna explain you why you probably don't wanna live in the Harry Potter world. Let's start with a big one. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, not so fast. Hogwarts has phenomenal classes that any kid, or any adult really, dreams about taking, such as learning to fly on a broomstick, creating powerful potions, and transforming objects into anything the heart desires. However, while these lessons are cool, they involve things that could literally kill you. Let's talk about the Transfiguration class. The possibility of accidentally turning your friend into a ferret, or something even worse, is quite big. I can barely handle a kitchen knife without cutting myself, so I cannot even think about the mess I could make with a magic wand. Then we have Potions class. Remember struggling with chemistry in school? Now imagine your homework can explode, make your hair fall out, or worse, make your best friend spew out slugs. Failing a potion doesn't just mean a bad grade. It could mean growing an extra limb, turning someone into a cat, or even putting one into a sleep so deep that it's almost indistinguishable from death. It's like cooking, but with the added risk of accidentally enchanting your classmates. Care of Magical Creatures class can be very cool, filled with cute puffskeins, nifflers, mooncalves and such. But it can also be a wild ride, literally. You're not just dealing with fluffy puffskeins. No, we're talking about creatures that can breathe fire, creatures that can kick you into next week if you're not careful, and creatures that can literally explode in your face. But it's not just the classes. The whole school is basically a big playground of danger. Quidditch, the pride of Hogwarts sports, is less of a game and more of an airborne contest of gladiators. You're essentially signing up for aerial combat without a parachute. Then there are these dangerous magical items, like Horcruxes, Umbridge's Quill, and the Mirror of Arist. These items are supposed to be for grown-up wizards, but somehow they keep ending up with the students. This can lead to harmful curses, like what happened when Draco Malfoy used one of these dangerous items on Katie Bell and Ron Weasley. But the unpredictability doesn't end there. In Hogwarts, you can never really relax. It's hard enough trying to remember the password to your common room without worrying if your best friend's been polyjuiced into a spy, or if your next handshake will be with a disguised Death Eater. And those moving staircases? You could be on your way to class and suddenly you're heading to the forbidden 3rd floor where, I don't know, a 3-headed dog is just chilling. So while Hogwarts might seem like a magical paradise, it's more like a survivalist bootcamp with a side of enchantment. Between explosive homework and the daily possibility of a jinxed existence, it's a wonder anyone makes it to graduation. In the Harry Potter world, privacy is just a thing no one really heard of. First of all, Hogwarts is like living in a reality TV show where the walls have eyes and mouths. I think even Truman needs a break after hearing it. Trying to sneak around and have a private moment? Forget about it. You so much as tiptoe past a portrait, and next thing you know, your failed attempt at elevation charm is the talk of the castle. Thinking about grabbing a snack at night, you'll have to get past Sir Cadogan challenging you to a duel, or the fat lady requesting to sing her a serenade to get through a door. Whispering in the halls, Peeves will make sure your secrets are broadcasted like the morning announcements, all while dodging any attempt to shush him because, well, he's a ghost. Even writing in a diary isn't safe. Ginny Weasley's experience turned Dear Diary into Dear Disaster. She thought she was pouring her heart out to a trusted friend, but surprise, it was like sending her secrets straight to the Dark Lord's inbox. Then there is this very interesting thing that your destiny is literally decided by a hat in front of the whole school. The Sword and Hat ceremony. Picture this. You're 11, nervous, and your entire future at school hinges on the decision of a chatty hat. This hat searches your mind, sharing your deepest thoughts and traits in front of the entire school before putting you into one of 4 groups. It's like having your personality dissected and broadcasted on a megaphone. What if the hat declares something you didn't even know about yourself? And this happens within minutes of stepping into the wizarding world, setting the tone for your entire school life. Talk about an anxiety-inducing welcome party. And let's not forget about the all-post system. These feathery mailmen are very cute, until you realize there is no such thing as untraceable communication. Every letter you send is one intercepted all away from becoming public knowledge. And if you mess up, there is the dreaded holler experience, the wizarding world's version of being called out on social media. Except it's louder and more humiliating. Picture sitting at the breakfast table, surrounded by your peers, when suddenly an angry red envelope flies towards you. Before you can even brace yourself, it bursts open and starts shouting your wrongdoings or your family's overly dramatic message at a deafening volume. There's no mute button, no escape. You just have to sit there and take it while your ears and pride get burnt. It's the ultimate public shaming tool. Forget detention. In the magical world, your mistakes are announced to everyone with the subtlety of a fireworks display. In our Muggle world, the worst thing we get is probably a passive-aggressive text or maybe a very angry audio message. But honestly, I'll take it over a screaming letter anytime. But it doesn't stop there. We also have Marauder's Map, the ultimate tool for privacy invasion, showing everyone's location in real time. It's like having a GPS tracker slapped on you without consent. The wizarding world's lack of privacy extends even to your own thoughts. The Pensive allows people to dive into your memories. And Legilimency? It's basically mind reading without the courtesy of asking permission. So Hogwarts might teach spells and potions, but a course on personal boundaries? It's clearly not in the curriculum. In the magical yet complex world of Hogwarts, the issue of inequality isn't just a subplot. It's a stark reality that reflects the struggles of our own society, but with a magical twist. Within the Harry Potter universe, there is a clear divide between the magical and non-magical people. The latter often referred to, rather dismissively, as muggles. Imagine living in a world where you're considered less because you can't cast spells or fly on a broomstick. It's not just about the magic either. Even within the magical community, there are hierarchies and prejudices. Purebloods, half-bloods, mudbloods. It feels a lot like the issues we face in our world, but with the added layer of magical elitism. Pure blood supremacists, such as the Malfoy family and their supporters, advocate ideologies of blood purity, viewing those with Muggle heritage as inferior. This prejudice is very similar to our real-life racial discrimination, where individuals are discriminated against based on their ethnicity or cultural background. Calling Muggle-born wizards mudbloods is like using mean words against certain groups of people based on their race.
You filthy little mudblood.
And then there are house elves like Dobby, who are bound to serve wizarding families without pay or basic rights, highlighting the systemic oppression they experience. Similarly, goblins are confined to positions within Gringotts Bank and are denied equal treatment and respect by the wizarding community. These instances echo the exploitation and marginalization faced by oppressed groups in our society, reflecting issues of classism. So, SPEW, anyone? We already talked about the privacy invasion of the Sorting Hat, but there is something else. If you think about it, from the moment the Sorting Hat makes its decisions, Hogwarts sets the stage for competition, essentially turning kids against each other. They all try to get points for their house to win a big trophy at the end of the year. It's all fun and games until you realize this house division is more than just friendly competition. It's a breeding ground for bias and exclusion. And of course, the fact that the faculty of Hogwarts has a habit of playing favorites makes this situation even worse. The teachers and staff tend to pick their favorite students based on personality, interest in the subject, or even their families. You've got Hagrid, who's clearly got a soft spot for Harry, Ron, and Hermione, Snape, who can hardly hide his preference for Draco, and Sprout, who seems particularly fond of Neville, who loves plants. Dumbledore himself is known for giving Harry special treatment, something that doesn't go unnoticed among the students. This teacher's pet phenomenon, while common in schools everywhere, takes on a magical twist at Hogwarts, where favoritism can shake classroom dynamics and even the outcomes of house competitions, leaving some to wonder about the fairness of it all. Let's talk about the legal system in the Harry Potter world for a second. If you think getting a parking ticket here in the Muggle world is a headache, just wait till you hear about the wizard law. First of all, can we talk about magical contracts? In this world, when you shake on something or sign up, like with the Goblet of Fire, you're not just agreeing, you're magically bound to do it. No back down. If you try to wiggle out, the consequences can be anything from embarrassing to downright deadly. Then there's a very interesting quartz system. Picture this. You're a wizard who just fought off a Dementor in a heroic act of self-defense, like our friend Harry did. There you are, expecting understanding and appreciation, and instead you're getting grilled by a bunch of wizards in a dungeon courtroom. And where is the magical world's version of a savvy lawyer when you need one? No Better Call Saul here. Most of the time you're pretty much on your own, unless someone who knows and trusts you can stand up for you, regardless of their legal expertise. The use of Veritaserum, a truth serum, is surprisingly rare, and trial seems to be more about who you know than what you did. And the worst part is that if something goes wrong, you might just end up in Azkaban. As you know, this isn't your regular jail. This place has soul-sucking Dementors as guards. I mean, I've had some bad days, but nothing compares to the eternal gloom of Azkaban. And it's not like Azkaban is just for the worst of the worst. Sometimes it feels like you could end up there just for messing up a spell. Accidentally turned your neighbor's cat into a teacup? That could be a one-way ticket to Dementorville. So while the idea of living in a world with flying broomsticks and talking paintings is really cool, the threat of ending up in Azkaban is a pretty solid deal breaker for me. Harry Potter universe is filled with wonder, adventure, and magic, but I think I'll stick to my Muggle life. Sure, it might be lacking in spellwork and magical creatures, but at least we can go to school here without worrying about surviving a troll in the dungeons or getting lost in moving staircases. Which, if you know me well, is quite likely to happen, to be honest. Oh, and I will also be struggling to figure out how to explain to Yuki why he cannot come to Hogwarts with me. Yep, I've been saving the ultimate reason for the last. Be sure to check out the videos on my channel and subscribe for more insights. This is Polina and I'm here to take you on unexpected journeys through the entertainment world. Пока пока! Action. Yes! Okay, no. Ow. Oh. Okay, that was it. Woohoo! I hope everything was recorded.